Living in Florida means battling relentless heat and humidity. To keep cooling costs down, homeowners routinely seek out the most effective ways to block the subtropical climate from entering their living spaces. The standard structural upgrade is closed-cell spray foam insulation. Applied directly to the underside of the roof, it rapidly expands and hardens to create a completely impermeable thermal barrier against the exterior heat. But shortly after sealing the house, occupants often develop severe, unexplained symptoms. Asthma flares up, persistent respiratory allergies set in, and a distinct, lingering chemical odor fills the hallways. Families naturally respond by heavily scrubbing their living spaces and continually upgrading their air conditioning filters, yet the respiratory issues remain stubbornly fixed in place. By creating a perfectly sealed envelope to block out the harsh external climate, the house inadvertently locked its occupants inside with a localized airborne hazard. The source of the contamination lies above the ceiling. Traditionally, attics are naturally ventilated spaces. Once completely encased in spray foam, the attic becomes a sealed, stagnant vault. This structural change triggers a mechanical failure known in building science as the stack effect. As the sun beats down, the sealed attic experiences extreme heat and rapid cooling. This temperature differential depressurizes the attic, creating an active vacuum. It forcefully pulls stagnant air, volatile organic compounds, and biological spores down through ceiling gaps directly into the bedrooms below. What happens in the attic does not stay there. The structure now functions as a closed respiratory system, continuously inhaling its own toxic exhaust. The structure's defenses are compromised further by a flaw known as the moisture trap. A single cracked roof shingle allows rainwater to slip directly behind the impermeable foam barrier. Because the foam entirely covers the wood, the moisture pools directly against the plywood and rafters. The framing rots in total secrecy, showing no water stains or leaks on the inside of the attic. Inside this dark, damp, and perfectly sealed environment, microscopic mold spores quickly establish colonies, branching out across the decaying timber. As these colonies grow, they release mycotoxins, hazardous chemical byproducts that detach and become highly toxic airborne particulates. The insulation failed to completely block external moisture, and instead engineered an impenetrable, climate-controlled incubator for biological growth. When an inspection finally uncovers dark patches of mold along the exposed beams, the intuitive response is to wipe the affected areas with household bleach. Wood is highly porous. The visible stain hides a dense root system deep within the timber. Bleach cannot penetrate it. It strips the surface color, making mold appear gone, but its water is immediately absorbed by the surviving roots, feeding them. Applying a basic household cleaner to an engineering failure hydrates the biological threat, guaranteeing it will return stronger and spread deeper into the architecture. Resolving a systemic building science failure requires strict biochemical and structural protocols. The first step is containment. Technicians establish negative air pressure within the attic and deploy heavy-duty HEPA air scrubbers to guarantee cross-contamination cannot reach the bedrooms. Next is eradication. Industrial dehumidifiers extract ambient moisture until the wood reads below a 15% saturation threshold. This allows specialized plant-based biocides to penetrate the porous wood and destroy the root networks. Finally, the cleaned timber undergoes encapsulation. A tinted, antifungal barrier is applied over the wood, physically blocking future moisture from entering the grain. True remediation removes the biological hazard and executes a complete structural reset, ensuring the mold is permanently separated from the home's framework. Once the attic is sterilized, the core mechanical flaw remains. How do you stop the depressurized sealed envelope from sparking a new outbreak? The solution relies on a process called photohydrolysis, utilizing active pure technology to establish a continuous defense mechanism within the sealed environment. Traditional passive filtration waits for air to pass through a physical vent. Active purification generates oxidizing molecules that travel throughout the enclosed space, actively hunting down mold spores, bacteria, and volatile organic compounds in the air and on surfaces. Originally developed for aerospace applications, this technology was specifically engineered to manage and purify air inside the extreme, closed environments of spacecraft. Achieving perfect energy efficiency by sealing your house requires a deliberate balance. To maintain the health of the occupants, you must deploy active, scientific air management to ensure the home's respiratory system always inhales clean air.